Guys, my ring light doesn't work.
Help me, Lord. Help me get over.
I don't know what to do. My ring light doesn't work.
I can't breathe. I'm so upset.
What is this? What am I watching?
Stop. You knock on wood so they go to heaven. It's like a lucky. Get the stick.
Because my ring light's not working. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I got it. Hey, just hold tight for a second. They're moving the casket. Just hold tight.
Yeah, that's no worries. I got it.
What exactly is plant-based jerky? Call me a meathead, but when
Literally,
I want a
what were
meat
we just
snack,
watching
I
there? Like,
want
what is
real
this?
meat. 100% pure protein-packed power in a stick. I want Wenzel's Farm. Wenzel's Farm, real meat for real life. What exactly is a meat substitute or plant-based jerky? Call me a meathead, but when I want a meat snack, I want real meat. The kind you find at Wenzel's Farm and the only kind they use. Handcrafted in small batches and naturally hardwood smoked right here in the heartland of America. Wenzel's Farm offers 14 flavors of mouth-watering protein-packed power in a stick. Accept no substitute. Wenzel's Farm, real meat for real life. Looking for something
Hold on, I'm trying to
power
fix
your
my
day?
lights
Then
still.
look no further than Wenzel's Farm snack sticks. Handcrafted in small batches and naturally hardwood smoked. These protein-packed power sticks deliver truly sustainable energy. Wenzel's Farm, real meat for real life.
I guess my light's dead and I gotta get a new one.
You need real fuel
That kinda
to
sucks.
power your day. Not some tofu
Can't
stuffed
lie.
rice cake or plant-based meat substitute. No, you need honest-to-goodness homegrown protein.
That actually really blows, I can't lie. I guess I don't have a light. Well,
Quality cuts of meat handcrafted in small
this
batches
is
with
403, I
natural
think.
hardwood smoke for a great tasting snack that delivers real energy. Power up and put the smack down on whatever your day brings with Wenzel's Farm. Real meat for real life.
What do you make of this up here? Just showed up in the yard a couple days
Has a
ago.
dog been digging in there?
I don't think so, dude. That goes way down in there. Seriously, did you just lose your meat stick?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm sick of all these
Oh, no,
stupid
no.
fucking
There's
ads.
something in there, dude. Just leave it.
Are you kidding me?
We'll just head to the house. Just leave it.
Want one?
Thank you.
It's worth it.
Oh man, this is incredible.
Wow.
Huh?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Hey man, grab me a meat stick. I think I can reach it if I just a little more. Just let me go a little. I can't. Just a little more. I almost got it. Careful! Oh God! No. Come on, just reach. Reach. Just grab my hand. I can't hold it. Grab my hand.
Give me the meat stick. This other hand's closer. The one with the stick is. Oh.
No, we have all these fucking threads, bro.
What am I supposed to say?
It doesn't matter. His daddy ain't listening to you anyway.
I'm hungry.
No.
Guys, we're still doing these ads. I'm not even gonna watch this shit, bro. I'm gonna watch Abby's stream till then. I'm actually not gonna do anything like that. If I had more money, I would pay for Twitch Turbo because I hate this shit. It's incredibly expensive too.
Even if anyone does, it would probably just be me. I've gotten nothing good from the Sally packs. I would meow in a voice chat for Onami. I love that skin. I haven't seen that one.
We have a very exciting matchup. We have Cumberland versus a challenger team.
Going to name my son Akron so he only knows greatness. That's crazy.
Also made it to challengers. That's incredible for a collegiate team and speaks of a lot of strength that hopefully Cumberland can overcome if they want to survive.
Yeah, this is going to be a not so much uneven matchup these teams have faced before. But again, you know, Cumberland already last week losing in CR6 playoffs, and then Akron making the grand finals of CR6 playoffs. So these teams have a history. Akron.
Oh hell no, bro! Quit the Tom Glaze. Okay.
Really
Oh, my light being out actually so annoying.
And see the path both of these teams.
I actually hate playing with my light out.
This point.
Okay.
A forfeit win. A little bit of a scheduling mishap there, but then a 2-0 from or against Oklahoma City and Akron Blue. They don't need forfeits. They've gone a total of 4 maps through 2 best of 3s here today. They are the 1 seed. Cumberland again. I don't think this is going to be a complete blowout, but I don't necessarily think.
Wait a second. League OS says that this game is at 20 Central. That makes it 9 East.
Is the favorite, which team is the underdog? In this matchup, Akron is definitely the favorite, not just because, like you said, they've done very well in collegiate recently, but also, once again, this is a team that can fight up at a much higher level than just at this kind of collegiate level.
So they could play Fisher, Kansas State, St. Ambrose.
Don't think we have any surprises.
Interesting.
Both rosters having their full 5, which is really good for Cumberland. Akron Blue continuing.
Hi, Robbie. How you doing?
Another thing is I spoke about when I interviewed them last night with T-Van was that they play 6 games. They're in 6 leagues. They don't scrim, so this is going to be a situation where I don't want to prop it up as they're not going to try. They're not.
Tangly Tree gameplay? No, I've never heard of that person.
Approach every single game the exact.
Other than they're on Cumberland.
It is NECC, CR6, or a challenger league. They approach every single game with the mindset of doing their best and winning.
And
that's a problem for Cumberland because
pretty sure I played against him last semester.
Akron Blue that isn't
Really think about burgers though.
Back on their punches, but that's something that I don't think we're going to see from Akron today.
No, yeah, for a while over the past few weeks, we have been kind of like asking, like, hey, can we cover an Akron game? But one of the things that they've been very smartly trying to do is avoid having VODs on themselves, avoid having casters talking over what's going on and explaining the kind of thought processes of Akron.
Should we do a beer?
Actual genuine analysts.
Nah, I can't get hungover.
You know, reviewing them to the point where maybe they would miss out on a tier 2 opportunity. But now that they're in there, everything is just off. You know, they've achieved what they want to. So, like you said, they're not going to be holding anything back.
Yeah, going to border.
Ooh, Speppa just wants a drink.
Akron
Cafe to cider.
Winning 7-2. So
Border Club Cafe.
And again, this is one of the problems, in my opinion, the biggest problem for any team, especially
Not a bad map pick at all.
Up against Akron, is map pools. A lot of lower seeded collegiate teams simply just have a very small map pool compared to the Zips. They can pretty much play any map they want, especially in a collegiate setting where they're not going up against a T2, T3 team. And no shot at
Tangly Tree on Castle feeds families.
They did eventually deserve that 6 seed. They deserve to get their way here. But at the end of the day, I really do think the lack of consistent map pool, the fact that we're going to Clubhouse, an Akron favorite, then going to Cafe, also an Akron favorite, it doesn't really seem like this map pool is just putting anything into the favor in Cumberland, even if it's just a simple inch.
Even still, you're talking about map pools and, you know, the strongest maps for these teams, but still, we kind of end up on very standard maps. Akron banning out both Lair and Labs, and then Consulate being banned out at the very end, once again, by Akron.
Tomsy the OG kicks puppies. This is not just in. This has been known.
And now they've gotten back to Border, Clubhouse, and Cafe.
This has been known for many years.
Said it's going to kind of come down more to execution. And
yeah, bro thought he had breaking news. This has been known. Thomas, can we either drive to Cincinnati together or I can't go?
Cumberland needs to make sure that they can try and
have you seen Alicia's tier list on the rank maps? No. Who's Alicia?
Every round. The problem that I saw against UNT
this time last year I was at Kutztown.
They didn't adapt enough. They continued to do the exact same defensive setups. They didn't really change how they played on the attack round in and round out, and that gave a basic and easy blueprint for Akron to read. And if Cumberland are able to prevent themselves from doing that, it is
Papa, whatever you said before Crazy Ego is not showing up for me. Zero ball knowledge. Should I look her up?
Cumberland starting on the attack for this map actually is very good for them, because this map is one of the few in the pool that does kind of lean attacking sided. So in a matchup where you're not really necessarily favored, starting on the favorable side might give them the momentum that they need to keep it.
Oh, what is
close on
this?
This first map. First two bands coming out, and one of them very standard, that Blackbeard. That's,
Yo, I'm supposed to mark these as complete.
The most standard first band. Second of the Deimos. Now that's...
What the
There
hell?
are so many soft floors on this map that let you pressure maybe from below.
I don't know, I'm supposed to mark this as
downstairs, would be
complete.
The exact opposite of pressuring through vertical.
This
from
guy about to turn the lights off in the Dave cave and start gooning? I wish I could.
But even still, I think a Deimos ban is definitely substandard.
Really, who is this?
Very interesting. What are your thoughts on that? Why do you think that came
Villa
through,
Club Cat.
especially,
Well,
again, because you have casted Akron recently. Is that a target?
Consulate's actually a really good map. I can't lie. I put Consulate in great.
Deimos has been used
EP and good. That's crazy.
more in recent
Border and Canal at mid.
as kind of
Banning Bank and Skyscraper in layer.
attack, and especially going against
Dear Lord.
I use the phrase that it's a direct counter, but Akron is a team on the attack that really loves to use any info that is available to them. So I think just simply taking off an operator that is not only powerful on this map specifically, but also an operator that can add a lot of that extra info capability to the belt of Akron is just one of those operators.
Interesting.
I do think it would
Good thing we're here to watch Akron and not here to
problems and trip up from Cumberland. So I don't
look at some random streamers' opinions.
But information for the Cumberland side.
Yeah, we're gooning in the Dave cave tonight.
Instead, with that Deimos being banned out, they're still choosing to go for one info.
Is Akron defending? Oh, they are. Oh my God.
Up on
That's
board.
CJ. How we doing, baby girl?
At least one of these
Welcome back, CJ.
relatively consistently on this map because she's just strong on every map. Essentially,
I would just watch Rowan the entire time,
when you're trying to clear those.
and then I would have a good time.
Fountain when you're trying to take top floor on a mid floor site. But
This is
one,
like
though,
an improvement to the castle setup I did with Plexios last semester.
off of a Monty as well, because one of the bands
I
that
could
came
care
out
less,
was
Bapdog.
Blackbeard, so you can't really use that as a spearhead. You're forced onto
I like reinforcing that wall right there too.
traditional shields. Cumberland choose to bring the Monty.
And I really like that.
Is this another hate watch? No, I got yelled at.
Spearhead to
He's like, you're really a hater.
around
So I'm actually gonna tone it down today.
much utility Akron is bringing
I mean,
to this defense. It is a
thank
really
you.
good, capability or
I know Plexios more than literally anybody in the scene.
Cumberland can consistently
So this guy's better get owned by Castle.
to how they execute that per se. Plexos just
Yeah, Plexios can't fucking aim. Never mind, guys.
Freebie for a pick. They can try to isolate and wedge him.
Yo, they about to hit Hyper Door, bro.
They won't have any success as of now. So a little bit of a miss.
See, like, how is
He's drawing a lot of focus.
a real glaze? Yeah,
Attack.
space down. Wow,
Eventually
Tangly
going to
Tree!
pick onto space, but Jet with the trade onto Tangly. Keeps things even. Plexio is still holding down his position, but Rifa.
How have they not moved Plexios out of here? Wow, Michael. Wow! Oh, he's trash, bro. 2v1 on the Monty. They never moved Plexios. I don't. VK, man. Play together, boys.
So incredibly undoable. That just fell apart for Cumberland.
Yeah, he needs to try and take two isolated 1v1s. The problem there is Akron know exactly what they need to do.
Cross still over towards.
Yeah, you gotta hit this armory guy hard.
Do it rotate all the way over towards Armory, but info still on the side.
Wow,
Akron, and a
Rowan.
swing
Let's
coming
go,
out from
boys.
Tulsa Shuts it down right then and right there. Opening round for Akron. And
Ooh.
although things went Cumberland's way at the
Ooh,
very
ooh,
beginning, a very
My room is
well
actually so
known
dark.
battle
I
box
never
by
even, like,
Plexus
realized it.
wins them the first round.
Almost a nasty clip from Pukios. Almost, but again, he's dog shit. It will never hit clips. I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
Had their way, but it just came down to the execution. The execution
I'm just a
was
hater.
sloppy at best. Because they moved so slow, and the fact that they didn't realize that that castle was essentially barbecue chicken, free for pickings. They had both nades and fire bolts with that Capitao. Obviously, I understand that you want to try and save that for later on going into the execution phase. But if you simply cannot clear out a castle and you need to use that utility, please use that utility. And then on top of that, because they move so
Goose is a
quickly
better
out of that
caster than
montage,
Tom.
they
I
just
said it.
maneuver through hallways.
Well, Goose casts for a living.
Anybody holding the cross on that
Tom is just some bum that lives in
and then
Kutztown
just walks away with it,
University.
supporting and allowing for JetCon to get an additional 2.
Not that much of a stats guy. I'm screamy color caster here, but I want to know what's the percentage on you casting and you making a barbecue chicken comment? I feel like it's somewhere in the ballpark of 100%. Almost every single time I cast with you, you say at least one thing about barbecue chicken, and I've never heard anyone else say it.
I would say at least 1 to 2 times per cast. And
Do you know Goose or something, Mr. Swappo?
Doesn't matter. If I see something
Botanic hits me.
absolutely free,
JetCon, your prediction is cooked for JetCon getting a single kill.
Off the bone, and that's exactly what this attack is for, Akron. It's just meat falling off the bone. It is so easy that they don't even have
Yo,
to work.
Columbia College is looking for a player for Fall 25, Spappo.
Once again in break room, that's a position that last round he just shut down Cumberland.
Thomas, can we drive to Cincinnati together?
Did a great job very early on for Cumberland, but in clearing out those tuck
What does
points,
barbecue chicken
it all
alert
seemed
mean?
to
Wow,
once
burger,
again,
burger, you're a fucking burger.
Past a castle, and although it's not Plexios, it's still another important pick. And it
Why?
just keeps getting
Spappo,
worse. Kosa
actually,
is
Spappo should be.
and it's just Norway.
You could not go to CC, little bro.
Spoon up what it has otherwise.
Talk to
been
Mr. Nubs.
Another failed entry.
Zero ball knowledge. Hello, Nyrenda.
Info and just honestly any
Oh, peek him, peek him, peek him, peek him, peek him, peek him, peek him. Who is it? Oh, it's Rowan. He wins that every time.
Separate, isolated 1v1s, a pick onto Osa so deep from Armory that you should just not be losing.
Bar knowledge.
For this additional drone economy to make their way through, and just so many ill-advised swings.
They actually gonna attack something, or are they just gonna sit?
Now they've left themselves in a 2 versus 5, and they have a little bit of space, but an immediate jump.
Wow,
against
Jet
the line
Li.
straight from Spoon
Dang.
keeps it, not winnable at all. Kosa with the closeout.
Cumberland needs to wake up, bro. Wake up, wake up, wake up. They don't drone stuff before they just walk in places. Like,
You built them up as this giant.
wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Better team. It is Cumberland falling short and just simply playing bad siege. That opening round probably was the worst case scenario for the attack. As I talked about before those last
JV, what do I have zero ball knowledge in? Don't say Alicia.
helping out there, they just weren't waiting for that info from the drone economy to relay back to the players. A player repelled on that balcony, allowing for the player in Armory so deep. A gunfight that you should not win, especially as an ace. It's kind of a situation where if Cumberland just slow down a little bit and get this info before they hit the go button, then the
Daniel 14.
simply will not happen. And I don't necessarily think it's something
Bang! Boom!
soon.
But Danny's, baby. Thank you so much for the 14, Danny.
We talked about
Welcome to the stream. Yeah, dude. The co-streams are actually really fun. I really like doing the co-streams.
Making tier 2, but also
Did,
even before this season, even before this challenger
did
stage,
emotes
players
work
like
there?
JetCon
I'm
have
confused.
played on rosters like SSG Academy. Space has been bouncing around that.
Danny's, come drink. How do I get in here?
If I'm wrong,
You don't fucking get in here, buddy.
a lot of the HQ
This is no on ping, no nothing. We ain't even friends, little bro.
as well. So
I don't know why they didn't work.
like, yes, Akron has made tier 2 as a team.
I
Players have been
can-
around this level for quite a while as well. So yeah, they
I
are
can
strong
look
players. This is a
something
strong
here.
team, but also lots of experience on that team as well.
Wow, no one's ever seen that zero cam before.
That is another one of the
Guys, I'm actually just a hater. I come here just to hate on everyone because
team is their experience. And every
I come here to just hate on everyone because I don't play on a good team anymore.
is able to read into it miles before they even come up onto it. And it makes a problem because when Cumberland is playing bad, it's even worse because you're playing bad against Akron. And it's just these simple takes like this position over an Armory that's taking an entire minute, and they didn't shoot 2 Malai discs. You
Bro.
can't let this happen, and you've now wasted 2
Tom Z is a
minutes
nerd loser.
essentially an entire
Facts.
minute.
That is absolutely brutal for Cumberland's attack. We talked about them making mistakes.
Duck, can you come pick me and Tom Z up from Pennsylvania?
Happening.
Where do I even find that?
For one small final breach on the
Overlays.
far left side, and it's a minute off the clock for Cumberland. And
Does the
they're
events
still
rotator
just
work? It
looking
should.
for an entry. Akron keeping them at arm's length very well, based on their guns, based on their positioning, but also based on 2 Lamai discs that were thrown outside.
Luckily enough for them, they haven't moved farther enough to lose a gunfight. Rifa completely alone. He is able to find that entry pick, and this now gives the opportunity for Drone Stars, but they didn't drone space and a refrag. But now the problem is, Akron, you've lost 2 players.
Still keeping it very close, trades back and forth, a 2 versus 2 for Akron versus Cumberland right now. Jobu, the amount of hectic, crazy action that's been going on the top floor is forced into a retake now. He's top east, still trying to connect with his teammate JetCon, last alive on site. With a minute left, Cumberland delaying out.
I'm not really asking, I'm telling you.
Very well have killed Tangly Tree. Instead, holds off for a little bit longer. Cumberland dropping back, also trying to connect with each other. Jobu with the swing. Hop in towards office. Jobu snaps it up, leaving it just onto Tangly Tree. Was trying to get something done towards that site window, but as soon as he jumps onto site from it, he's snapped up. Yet another round and a flawless start for Akron's defense, Rio.
I've talked a lot about how this info gathering game for Cumberland has been just absolutely poor. They haven't been able to.
Norway's a burger.
In part, they haven't.
I low-key wasn't even paying attention. Okay, I'm trying to figure out.
Able to gather a overall idea on the overall defensive setup from Akron, and in part because of that, because they are going into this map essentially completely blind, they, in a way, without knowing and without doing it on purpose, force themselves into 1v1s after 1v1s because the players are confused. I'm not exactly sure if it's because the info or the IGL isn't able to find a gap, but because of it, you just have individual players going out of their way to take ill-advised gunfights simply due to the fact that nothing.
Alright, this doesn't fucking work.
Around, just saying that nothing's happening. I have to go for this kill, whether or not there's a player behind this corner or not. I have to make a move because we're not doing anything else.
Oh,
There must have been a mistake. They can't be. Top floor surely can't be open. They played it last round. Nope. They've just been defending top floor so well on their
alright, watch this.
sites
If this works.
Not a single gunfight has come through on site when it's been down on the first floor. Akron, on their top floor holds, have just been so spectacular that, again, it looked like they've been defending second floor for the past 4 rounds. But instead, this round, they're going back up to second. And, God, Cumberland
I keep spamming this freaking
something
thing.
up, and a change does come through.
Okay, that didn't work.
They have, oh my god, I forgot their name.
I'm testing something.
Flubber. Sens. Yeah.
I got it.
Flubber.
I should
and,
move
Osa.
that,
Yeah, that was the original like leaked.
That's in the camera, actually.
Like beta name. For
Shut the
Sens
fuck up,
as
Strappo.
well, I'm pretty sure.
That's crazy.
Alright, whatever. I'll have to figure this out another day.
Okay, never mind. I hate this.
Sorry, chat.
That little. Actually, I love that. Using that drone to kind of bait out JetCon, Rifa is going to punish him for that. But the problem now is the entirety of this execution utility.
Sorry, chat. We'll fix it another day. 2 and 14 is not talking right now.
Drone bait isn't going to be enough to win this. The entire
Your king struggles to get 10 kills in a BO3? That's horrible.
Stars. They know about the flank going
Wow. That's your goat? That's your king?
opening for Cumberland and great pressure already. Another kill for Coast.
Wow. Average Plexios.
Norway with a
Average Plexios round. Dido Claymore.
to Warsaw. I was about to talk
Do
about
nothing.
how
Dido Claymore on a stupid run out.
really well, but instead things just continue to get better for Cumberland. Finally, they have a great start to the round, and it seems
This
like
guy's
the
sandwich window's done nothing all game.
keeping Jobu in place.
Not really, though.
That sends while he's not able to swing through
No.
because he isn't able to see. But the swing comes in from Kosa instead. Spoonman down on the ground, Case down as well, and Tangly also hitting the
That
deck
sends just...
effectively.
Is this a Plexios disaster? Every game is a Plexios disaster class. Don't think it's anything else.
An advantage now for Cumberland as Tangly
Plexios' best game is when he just shuts the fuck up.
Putting down yet another Sens wall to be able to take sight if they want to. Walking in, Tangly Tree tapping that, but Kosa swings through, getting one prone with an immediate trade.
Ooh, I
It's a
reckon.
1 versus
Oh!
1 right now. Joe Blue
Uno versus
trades
Uno.
back
Oh, why did he?
small office. Tucking around the corner with the shotgun. Prone Stars either needs to clear this directly and walk into a shotgun, or go for something else. but
Oh,
Free
Jobu!
misses by just a few pixels, and Joe Blue swinging out.
Kawaii sushi. Kawaii, or isn't that onigiri?
So good for
His charm.
Cumberland.
Let's go, Jobu.
So winnable all the way until the end.
This team gets
Still
paid.
slips away.
LVC got paid. You're bums.
One problem that I talked about in that early half before we got into the game is not playing
For nothing.
when it really is important, especially on this attack, to try and bring something new every round. Sure, they brought something new, but they also brought a strat that I played the first day the rework came out in ranked. That is a default plan.
They won Playfly and made top 8 of CR6 with a Valorant player. Who's the Valorant player? Govy name is crazy too.
Down, all you need is a C4 in there. Didn't time the runaway correctly, losing that, and then forcing the plant down in the exact same position in front of head holes. It doesn't.
Yeah, Botanic, you're actually glazing really hard right now.
To just swing and kill a player.
It's okay though.
And I'm not trying to raise my voice too much. I'm not trying to sound too hard, but it's these consistent and very simple mistakes for Cumberland. And it's just allowing for Akron to get these easy situations to win the round.
Prediction for the series? I mean, 2-0. 2-0 Akron.
For Cumberland. Nope, never mind. Let's talk about the Nomad.
For the game, I was thinking like.
Instead, they're going yet again.
Before the game, I was actually thinking like 7-4, 7-4.
Quite a different one. Instead of the
But
lines that
right now, it looks like Cumberland is playing. Gotta wake up a bit for that 7-4, 7-4 to come through.
For info in the Grim. As far as Akron, after that switch, I'm kind of expecting more runouts, expecting much more of the same. And although yes, that is an adaptation.
Whose
from
map pick?
Cumberland,
This is Akron's map
that's what
pick.
they need right now. They've had relatively okay info. They have
Rob,
been
I have
able
no
to
idea how you
establish
redeem that. I
quite
don't
well.
remember ever setting that up.
Their opening picks haven't been the real problem. It's been
The maps are
transitioning
Border
that
Clubhouse
and not
Cafe.
throwing it away once it comes
Where's
down
a
to
Sky?
actual execute.
It might be Border Cafe Sky. I don't remember the last map. It's definitely Border Cafe though.
Whether they want it or not.
Or I'm sorry, it's Border Clubhouse. What?
From Akron are won because they forced these gunfights so early on.
I don't know. I'm actually just a stupid drunkard.
Run out from Plexus.
Yep, run out on the fucking Monty, you stupid moron.
Able to work a little bit of that vertical, but with Cumberland losing that first initial pick, now losing the Monty, he won
Bro.
another run out.
How is that possible?
Off the gas in Cumberland, they have no answer for this aggression.
Cumberland will be kicking themselves for swapping off of the Nomad, because that would have perfectly countered exactly what we saw.
Oh, go
Instead,
for charm. I don't give a shit.
free reign.
You consulted the Knicks betting book? Of course I did.
3 versus
Ah, shitter!
Spoonman cuts it down. I was about to talk about the low
Oh,
HP
shit.
on Tangly Tree, but instead
Finally, some
he went
clap
down
back.
Just a little bit. Tangly Tree.
Let's look at the Knicks betting book for this game. Hold on, let me find it.
Sneezes on him, he is dead. But for the moment, they still sit at just a single man deficit.
And now they have a little bit more time. The good thing for Cumberland is they still have a minute to try and drone, but Space eventually is going to.
Tangly Tree down, Tom. Where's the Nick betting book?
Just completely alone. And now
Oh, he only does the betting books for CR6 games.
For quite a few opening kills and has been the bright spot for Cumberland, but it's a 1 versus 4. It's yet another round where we see Cumberland just absolutely walk away with it. And you've got to say, it's really from those runouts that it seemed like
Duck, who you hate watching?
expected initially. They went, I hate to keep harping on it like you were talking about, but I mean, they
Owned.
expected exactly what Akron were bringing out. A nice shot onto Kosa, evens it out into a.
Oh, Duck, you hate both teams?
Just a little bit into a 1 versus 3.
How do I bet my house on this? You give me your house.
Off of mistakes that, again, they were expecting. They knew that Akron were gonna run out.
wow.
Well, JetCon's obviously a cheater.
Exact counter, but the round still just is Akron's through and through.
They're just kind of.
What a phenomenal shot from JetCon there. And also a phenomenal way to kind of summarize the entirety of that round. And this is a problem because I'm being a little bit harsh on Cumberland because I've mastered quite a bit of their games, not only this semester, but last semester also. And these aren't simple.
What did Cumberland do to you?
We're making
They probably
it
beat him.
allowed for Border to go through this map. well knowing that there was a good chance that Akron was.
I think he's just a salty loser.
They don't seem prepared. A lot of these rounds just doing very default takes, and even with default takes that they probably have done time after time again, they're still moving so slow, and that has been the biggest problem. If they are able to move through these rounds with a lot faster of a pace, even if they're relatively simple and default takes, then that's better. The reason that Akron are able to get these runouts is because Cumberland is so slow on the drone info, gathering it and just essentially sitting like cones, allowing for these runouts to have success with no real flank watch.
Another adaptation for Cumberland, but we see it onto a twist.
I mean, I can't lie.
I don't know that that's really gonna work out all that well. Yes, it is a hard counter to a lot.
Hey, shitty players think they're good. Waste my time.
Still, I don't think it's really.
You got a job, boy.
It's not like Cumberland have been taking space really well, walking into a Fenrir and then just losing a gunfight off of that. It's not like they've. Well, they did have that round where they tossed 2 Selmas into Wamai's, but that wasn't really the Wamai's fault.
This game very boring. Plexos isn't doing like anything terrible. He's not doing great either.
Instead of trying to fight,
Hating is free, Botanic. Get over it.
I don't think is the biggest problem for Cumberland.
Yeah, I mean, and I really do want to give props to Akron, a phenomenal job. Almost every round, there is at least one defender that has a lot of anti-utility, or anti-info utility per se, whether it be.
This is an aura peak.
Making sure that this early round, just droning, trying to clear this position is a headache. That mute over by pass.
I don't understand. Jobu 0 death game. He's about to die. What'd I just say?
Just running them over, but Tangly Tree able to get a trade, keeping it as close a man count.
Hating is massively free. I just feel like Cumberland is just not droning anything. Well, I mean, I don't know what to say about that. That's ridiculous. They just jumped in radio window. Oh, owned by space. Norway is owned by space. Whoa.
Into the crossfires of Akron, kill after kill after kill. And Tangly Tree, the one to be able to find the trade early on in this round, now finds himself as the last alive. He has case and he's close to sight, but info given away to Akron. Drops coming through, and it just seems completely unwinnable. Swing coming through, looking for anything towards sight. Well aware of JetCon on the other side of that doorway.
Take the time out, Tingly Tree. Or just get wallbang to the fucking no.
Him out before a run out would have come for him either way. Flawless defensive half for Akron.
Yeah, I mean they definitely don't have direction, but like that's not even the end all be all. I mean it is a pretty big. That is a pretty big thing to not have, obviously. But like in terms of collegiate, like that's not the end all be all. You know, like they don't even like do the basics. You could do the basics and not have any direction and beat like good teams, to be honest. But like Jobu was just walking into customs and caught that guy completely off surprise. And they barely traded him too. So like I don't know. I just feel like they're just that's fair too, but they're just not droning anything, and like I don't think they also understand how to attack border. Obviously they don't. They just got 6-0'd, and they were getting ran out on like they were getting fucked on runouts. But like that's how border plays. Like as a defender, you're supposed to go meet them at the entrances, especially border. So like just the runouts, man, are just so.
Usually I'd be right on that.
Because it's just like if you just put a claymore down, Plexios doesn't get those 2 kills, and you kill Plexios, or stuff like that. Like you just, they're just not near each other, really. I don't know.
Another brutal thing is
Yeah, the next map is Club, which was picked by Cumberland.
Defensive half on border. I mean,
that's just my 2 cents. I don't really know much. Schmap daddy.
God, there were very few things in any of those rounds that looked in anywhere good for.
Hello, AA Ron.
Has been finding.
Well, not even your name, bro.
He's the only player.
Can't even use the meme on you.
Even at all, as far as AD. That's kind of it.
It is really difficult sites, and I think we were talking about how this is relatively an attacking sided map, and Akron gets 6 rounds on the least favored side, and Akron is probably one
You
of
know
the
Aaron more than
best attacking team in collegiate.
you know Aaron more than than I know. Okay, sure, dude.
Teams.
I totally believe that.
An entry. It's kind of like reading the same book over and over and over, and then on top of that, Prone Stars is.
It's all right. You gotta die.
The best chance he has in this
Die trying to fight them. I can't even be mad about that.
Get 1 kill, but even with that, he will be immediately traded. And it just continues to snowball into worse and worse.
Although someone should really retake his spot.
He's still laying out a lot of good time though. Info coming through for Akron is eventually going to give them the space, but it's a minute and 15, and a man disadvantaged.
Well, I mean, you got to kill that guy.
To pick back instead 2 kills for
Wow,
Akron.
Jobu Cali kill.
One of them is traded by Spoonman.
Fountain getting open. Oh, Spoonman's in the shits.
Closer and closer to winnable.
As I say that,
Finds
they're about to lock in.
All of a sudden, it seems like it's back in the hands of Cumberland. Until Space finds a pick
Wow.
towards Rifa, and yet another onto Spoonman. It looked winnable for a second, but once again, it just slips out of their hands, and a flawless map.
Rip my predictions. I thought 7-4, 7-4. I mean, Clubhouse will be closer. It's a
You know, I talked about how
it's a jet era, but it's been a jet era for 4 years. So
close. 30 minutes for one map.
9-3, 9-4, 6-3. Oh, I really Plexios almost went negative, bro.
And the Cumberland train looks like it's starting to near its exit in this.
I can't lie, winning is fun though, Mr. Pip.
And yet again, coming up against Akron, it looks like their story also will end here in NECC.
And now they're in Challenger League, so like they actually have competition.
Potentially, hopefully 2. And even if they do end up losing this, it is the upper stage of a double bracket. But either way, we'll toss to a quick break and then get back into another map where maybe Cumberland will have some of those issues solved. Hopefully.
Can't do it.
Average jet Oregon, true.
Help me, Lord. Help me get over this.
Dude, I'm sick of these.
I can't breathe.
I mean, that's true. They have had some close games, I guess, but
Stop. You're not gonna.
I agree with what you're saying too.
Like you're lucky.
Alright, I'm gonna run a minute 30-second ad.
Do the mistake. Yeah, I got it. Hey, just hold.
Y'all ready for this?
We're gonna watch Mommy for like 5 minutes. Or I guess we could watch the Atlantic R6 game. I really hope that's the Twitch. Illinois versus New Jersey.
Yeah, top east held by NJIT, and it looks like the last NJIT
Is Rennie playing?
over on Armory side is going to go top east. So NJIT switching over to an east take in this 3v3.
No, no.
It's like they're jumping in, but Vega's able to catch out Samson and D and Cesaru in the 2v3. You got Vega trying to hold CCTV. Is going to get challenged by D, but he's able to take D down, and it's Cesaru left.
The stream quality is not very good, chat.
Do anything. That's 5-2 for NJIT. NJIT showing that they are a reinvigorated team for playoffs.
That was an Illinois win, brother.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
yeah. No, you're good. It's just like the entire push for New Jersey. Again, it was just kind of like they're doing okay. It's a little slow, and then boom, team kill. And it's like, okay, now what? And their entire
This
push
blade was
there was one
good.
thing to clear. The last guy's left on the other side of the map wasn't even with the team on CC side, and it's like, what are you gonna do? You know, you got a castle to play against. You got a mirror, which I'm assuming was probably on the wall facing into archives.
This is week 1 of Atlantic R6 playoffs. That's ridiculous.
We gotta calm down a little bit. We gotta be aggressive, but we can't freak out. If we freak out, we team kill. We don't know. Where we're going.
That's Cypher's voice, by the way.
That was just a pretty definitive win. That doesn't mean it's over. New Jersey kind of, pushed Illinois to use a timeout very early in the match. I mean, they were up 3-1, and so I don't know if they change up the strat a little bit. I'm seeing a Tuberel, which is an interesting pick, probably just to slow down hatch takes. They got a Cade. If they can recognize there's a Cade on the board, New Jersey needs to be able to get rid of that. I'm assuming there's going to be EMPs on that Iana. But otherwise, there's no way they go for spawn kills. Okay, no, they're doing setup. There are EMPs on Iana, so they're definitely trying to go for the hatch here, and Illinois is just going to try to spend as much time, or get them to spend as much time possible getting something that can't be got. No Valk, no C4 on like roaming operators, so I'm interested to see how Illinois tries to play the roam and whether or not New Jersey can figure out the roam game early.
Yeah, and Toop and Renaka do both have those C4s, but they'll be staying closer to site with their C4s. So kind of more using that to counter the vertical pressure that they may be feeling later in the round. And yeah, I think last round I thought that was a NJIT win just because NJIT was attacking and like kind of getting stalled very similarly to the way UIUC got stalled when they were attacking against NJIT. So both of these teams kind of getting timed out in a similar way. But that was an Illinois win, so they're one step closer to bringing this to equivalent. Samson, who's going to be on this fuse, he could be very influential here, clearing out the site and setting up a quick plant for NJIT. All of NJIT is upstairs. They don't have any defending presence from UIUC, which is very different than the NJIT defense, where they had all of that fighting upstairs. UIUC has decided to only do a horizontal hold, no vertical hold, and that'll give Fuse all the time in the world to try and get a pick or two, or even just clear utility. Again, with those Fuse charges, you don't necessarily have to kill anyone. If you get a whole bunch of utility, you've done your job.
That is insane, Plexios.
So it is definitely one or the
Fuse in
other.
the Big 25.
And I'm sure we'll see Toop or Renaka.
Tired of lurking in Discords. All right, is this game fucking ready yet, bro?
That they are definitely feeling from above.
It's actually such a boring map, bro. And I don't really care about either of these teams. I can't lie.
Yeah, typically you play above just to slow down the push, but it looks like New Jersey did it for them.
It's just too broad, bro.
Of the top floor at all. There was no, they didn't even try to creep up, and yet New Jersey took.
This guy's gamer tag is just D.
To this point, so now they're down to 45 seconds. They did get a pick onto the Cade, but you're still going to have to deal with the entirety of Illinois, who's all sitting by playing their angles. Looking for vert picks is going to be about as good as you can do until you get that hatch open, and it's going to become a mosh pit fight very quick. Very quick.
Wow.
Down onto the Habana from Goyo sitting right there, and oh my lord.
Down go the defenders.
Okay, Illinois is just losing their picks, and just like that, in 10 seconds, it's a
Oh,
1v3.
he's actually in a great position to win that.
New Jersey's showing them that team deathmatch comes push to shove.
We're back.
I don't know. I really just don't understand why we're going to Clubhouse.
I don't know why you would pick Clubhouse either. Akron is so good at
I'm
Clubhouse.
taking the devil's advocate position. I'm thinking that because, like you talked about, there's a recent VOD of Akron playing this map, and it's maybe something that's very counter-stratable for Cumberland, something that they see and they're like, hey, 1, we're comfortable on this map, 2, we can adapt on this map, and 3, we've seen plays very recently from this team. I am not just hoping, but you know what? I'll put my reputation on it. I'll say, you know what? I think we will see a much better showing. I think we'll have an infinitely better showing from Cumberland. I think they're getting at least a round.
Okay, you know what? That may happen. That may happen, Irish.
I will stake my reputation on it.
Ever since you made the call a year ago that VP was going to be good, you didn't give any context of like what event or.
Well, I had a dream.
You had a dream, and then they were good for one event, and then going to SI, they were going good in the group.
Fifth day is gaming, guys.
Didn't go too good. Cumberland, they're not doing good map 1. Maybe they could get around here. Starting on attack though is really worrying, and it puts me in the seat that we could perhaps maybe see yet another 6-0 to start the half.
Fortunately for Cumberland, I did not have a dream that literally pictured them winning this league. So hopefully they have a chance in this game. Again, like I said, I expect them to do a little bit better because this is their map. And although they start on attack, the third site choice maybe is just slightly more.
Guys, I'm on the desk.
Demos ban. That's
I'm on the desk for the grand finals for CR6 now, Friday. I gotta actually figure out what to say and stuff.
Clubhouse is so relatively default that
What do I say? Plexios is dog shit. Should I just call Plexios terrible? On
But again, I think it's kind of a situation where I don't even think
That's actually horrible. Do whatever I want on my own streams.
Actually, I don't think. I know that Cumberland can't do anything in game. There's not going to be one huge change that's going to.
I have to glaze. Oh god, I'd be tweeting the whole time like, guys, I'm being forced to say nice things.
One only, just not that prepared, especially on border. But the fact that we're going to Clubhouse is just a mismatch. That is a, in my opinion, mistake from Cumberland. I think they're gonna be punished for. Maybe, hell, maybe they just did a lot of VOD reviewing. They did a lot of good scrims. They come into this. And
You gotta sneak this him? No, I actually probably won't.
Honestly, I am praying that Cumberland can make.
I might throw one or two. I might throw one in there.
This isn't their only chance they get to go down to lower. But you definitely.
But I actually want to be. I actually want to be professional on it, and I know Guac would kill me.
This matchup, they will not be barbecue chicken.
And I actually want to put out like a good showing for myself in there.
If last map is anything to go
But
on,
at the same time, fuck Plexios.
high hill to climb for Cumberland. Starting off in this game, they are once again on the attack, but this is not statistically favored. Again, like we were talking about, it's not going to be easy for them to start racking up rounds.
All right, we got Akron defense on club. It's going to be 6-0, and we're going to be so fucking bored. I really hope Cumberland wakes up. Do it for the one time. CJ, I'll shout you out. I'll be like, my friend CJ said Plexios is horrible. Not kidding. I'll say that. Oh no, I gotta start
You know what's really sad?
writing some stuff down, low-key.
And the fact that, you know, you're alluding to 5 years ago, majority of people watching will not understand what you mean because we are so old. Specifically you. SSG roam in current day means Ashen just running around killing people. This doesn't look like an SSG roam per se because, I'm sorry Irish, but no one aside from me and you remembers that.
Wow.
What is this guy saying, bro?
The Larry David meme where I'm just staring into space.
He's just blatantly like wrong.
Great opening for Cumberland. Prone Stars instead, not Refo once again.
Like, what are they even saying, bro?
It seems like they have a little bit of depth
Plexios with the first kill back on Akron, bro.
Although it's quickly closed out.
Jet got caught out. He was so alone in gym. They're wasting so much time though. That's an insane angle. I've seen that like once before.
Seemingly very well aware that one is bathroom because that Monty is just delaying.
I can't lie though, in a game I would never peek it. Like that's just not something I'd be like acutely aware of course. Any fucking droners? Like I swear to God, bro. They actually don't drone. I've never seen Cumberland on a fucking drone. I actually have never seen Cumberland on a drone. Yep. Open your verts and fucking don't aim down sights. Like, I actually am so mad right now. No way, bro. That is ridiculous. I really wish that got a kill there. I wish it was on Plexios, though.
Spoonman still on the third floor, or sorry, on the second floor of what is a basement.
That's another thing with my co-streams. It's my stream. I can say whatever the fuck I want. I'm just gonna talk shit on all the teams, even though half of the people in the lobby are better than me. I don't care, though. All right, that's definitely something.
That bathroom position down. He's able to find 3 from there. The first being the Monty. I thought Cumberland knew, and by all accounts, they really should have known about Kosa.
Yeah, they should have known a lot of shit, but they don't fucking drone. And if you don't use half your utility, how are you supposed to win anything?
My best not to be rude. I've had a history of not phrasing things nicely. I think one thing that would help Cumberland have better early rounds is droning more. And again, it is. I'm only really hard.
Oh, that's really mean.
I'm forced to type that. If you're able to read chat while on desk, I'm calling you cute the whole time. Probably. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do the desk because obviously it's gonna be on the CR6 stream, and then I'm gonna leave the CR6 stream, and then I'm gonna co-stream the finals. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'll turn it into a drinking stream because it's a Friday night. Or just like drink some beers. Probably have a
One of the things
couple.
we do need to take into account as well is the
I'll probably get a watch party for that, to be honest.
7-0 start gets for Akron. Especially, we even saw on that last map, they started getting a lot more rowdy. They were going for runouts to start the map, but it just got more and more and more, and having that kind of scrim effect of realizing, oh, we can just win this map no matter what we do. And
Norway
then
is the
they
king,
start
by the
doing
way.
crazy stuff because they can get away with it, and things just go from bad to worse.
Maybe he's just having a bad game, dude.
Playing well
You ever
and
thought of that?
respecting what
Duck,
you're
why
doing,
can't you be nice, Mr. Duck Duck?
disrespecting you and
King
also
of
still
UCR6.
wins. It's like back in the day, yet another thing that'll date me a little bit. Like,
Walking into a shotgun backwards, he is shit. I agree.
good in scrims, but just couldn't
I don't think his
win
team is much better for not droning though. But also, why are you walking somewhere? Why?
win on game day, and
Oh my
it's
god.
like,
What the
just
fuck are you
run around and do
doing?
Exactly what they are doing. Swing everything and shut down Rifa before he even has a chance to get any damage.
Wow,
damage.
Akron just fucking boogied out of there, bro. Did you see that, bro?
Still disrespecting.
Got to kill a fucking diff, bro. I love that.
It seemed like he could have gotten even more rowdy.
I love that.
Yeah, and I really do love.
I mean, they just don't drone. They don't do anything.
I guess you say maturity.
Rifa is dead for no reason other than over peaking because he didn't drone.
Back down to bomb site, not giving Cumberland an easy
Monty's doing nothing.
an answer back, maybe even find and man it.
I mean, they're just peeking, hoping that they shoot and like you figure out where they are.
Very discomfortable execution, especially with no real utility to push out these players. So you could, poke your head in with Monty, but he's not going to do anything unless you're able.
Also, what does the Monty do on this attack here?
This is still downstairs. The first floor pool
Okay.
could activate for a lurk later on.
That's finally a good play.
Doesn't fall apart on site as Prone Stars with a
Whoa.
initial pick. And
Look, he just got
Plexi dropping
scammed.
down, looking for a C4, but only
I mean, honestly, the hate is valid.
side of Cumberland.
Hey, I haven't seen them drone once this game.
Is a huge
And this
save.
Monty, like, what is the Monty actually helping with on the attack here?
Laying out, and Norway has been
You've got a player below that you need to go kill, but they're doing nothing. You're not taking Logi. You've barely taken construction.
Pick onto JetCon.
Oh, now we're going Logi.
Still needs a transition. Have full control of this roof position, but Logi hatches open.
See, like, they're
with 50
tucked.
seconds left. Yes,
Akron is, like,
another
tucked back
point of
short.
entry, but
We gotta kill this
actually
Logi
have
guy,
to
bro.
go
Ugh.
enter the building. 40 seconds on the clock, and they've been pressuring towards site for
And
so
down
long.
goes your highway
When they
player.
Finally start swinging. Space is there for the cutoff. Another pick for Akron.
Just don't
Man
understand.
advantage.
We used to do a defense like this on LVC. Obviously, Akron does it a lot better.
5 seconds left. It seems like
But,
where most of the positions are for
like, you get that
defense.
kill in CC.
Still,
Finally,
on the
someone
transition,
punishes someone for
Tilted
picking
Ray
something
punches
stupid.
onto Kosa.
Okay,
Ray
and you
also
fell right into a
hits
fucking
him
frost mat.
Logi, but he drops
Like, is that real?
frost mat. Cumberland
And they're gonna win this round. They're gonna win this round because Akron just massively overpeaked.
They know where the last alive is. Norway putting that case down. And
Wow,
tagging
I mean.
the tree, giving Cumberland their first round.
Monty was droning. That's even worse.
Mission! The prophecy has been foretold. Cumberland, they've gone their way
Bang!
now. They sit on
I'm a
throne.
huge fan of Cumberland
They sit
now.
on an opportunity to decide.
Cumberland
whether
at
or not
3.
they want
This is a
to
comeback.
The prophecy. And what if
Don't
they
call it a
don't?
comeback.
Just only one round, and they get one more. They just get 2 rounds here. So they can break that prophecy. They can break what the forefathers had told us. But I do believe that is a round that probably should have been won a lot earlier. Having that Monty, the control, not even having a player inside of Jim after you got that kill on the bomb is a situation where Monty can just landed that bomb. That's a round that Akron very easily
Cumberland drone sighting. Bang! Wait, but they're droning in the prep phase though.
on Logi hatch. But again, because Akron played way
What do you guys think of No Light? I think it looks horrid.
bomb site to those crossfires that are being held over by
Oh, I didn't
highway
think this would.
by Cumberland. They were punished for it, and again,
I think with No Light, my thing looks horrible.
mistake that Akron
And I had like my camera was set up so that it would work great in light.
Discipline of Akron in that round.
But
The
I can't
actual
believe-
discipline of Cumberland. They saw the time
Maybe it's not
ticking
dead.
down
Maybe it
and
just
down
needs
and down. The
time
clock
to
hit
gumption
less
up.
than a minute, but they just held their positions. And
It was
that
low-key
round
dying
was
during stream
very much
yesterday.
the right decision. Like you talked about, Akron just got a
But it's
little
alright.
bit too ahead of themselves.
Yo, there's 2
They
drones.
swung way too many fights that they really didn't need to, but like I was talking about,
Kind of
earlier in the
insane.
round, it's because they've been allowed to get away with it. Cumberland taking a moment to slow down, use their info, and let Akron overswing into them was exactly what they needed to tie things up 1-1 here. Like you said, maybe this is going to be something that, you know, Akron aren't going to make the same mistake time after time after time. But if they do slow down and if they do stop swinging,
Yeah, this is a good attack so far.
Still a benefit for Cumberland.
Doing everything quote unquote right.
That Akron are finally respecting them on the attack.
All right. Well.
That's an opportunity.
Wow. Typical Plexios not killing the fucking Maverick. Nice one, Plexios. You're fucking horrible.
Again, just over swinging.
You're so fucking bad.
After time, hitting their head on a brick wall.
Okay.
Rounds in a row.
That's the hate watch complete. The fuck are you doing, you dumb fuck?
Getting that opening pick.
Wow.
2 rounds now, Space eventually able
Perfect.
to get
Thank you, Prone Stars.
refrag, but a Maverick or a Bandit, that's a double trade on top of that. Monty
There's no pent-up rage. I actually love Plexios.
inside of garage.
I can't believe I just admitted that.
To find an entry point. Tingly Tree will not be the
Okay, we've opened all the garage walls. Why are we not cleaning the rafters, guy?
bottom garage and Raptors, especially with the extension all the way over into break. So they're going to need to attack
Okay,
the
Raptors guy's dead.
points, and Refuzz with
All
Tangler
right.
is the answer that they need.
That and also Tangler working his way into garage means that he avoids the very late angle open.
Space is locking down the site.
Kosa as well, stuck in lobby because of that. He was looking for a freebie. But Cumberland, at least in this round, is not giving it away. Man advantage.
Got a lot of holes in this site, bro.
And seemingly enough info for them to actually start transitioning.
Unironically, they should send someone construction door or window.
And be able to walk through that rotate with absolute impunity. But Kosa not only just finding his way back to a better position, also potentially.
Yeah, Rowan's in a great position here. Oh, Monty droning!
With that secondary shotgun to be able to open it up and deny it once time comes. Cumberland, seeing
They know he's playing green box.
Akron are giving them respect, seeing that Akron are giving them the entirety of sight, know that there is some sort of trick up Akron's sleeve.
I mean, obviously the other guy is
Once
below,
again,
no?
to slow down and get even more info, getting a yellow ping on site, but they don't know about below. Opened up directly at Norway's feet, but instead of being able to find a kill, it's just stuck on the ground. Space is said to find the pick. Rifa dropping below, gets one out of Kosa, and it's a 2 versus 1 that's closed out by Norway. And Cumberland, for the first time in this matchup, find themselves in the lead.
They almost didn't win that.
Cumberland breaking the trend. Surprising not only us, but everybody else getting now 2 rounds in a row. And those are 2 rounds where they just simply bested Akron. I talked about how Akron played really over-aggressive. They made a lot of mistakes, but they were mistakes that were forced from Cumberland. Because they got so much control, they just completely
Giving Akron respect, or Akron giving them respect. That is kind of crazy.
Their situational awareness, and because of that, it opened up the entirety of the round. A poor play from the player who castled down below, not timing that, allowing for the mute on the bomb site to be completely isolated and give Cumberland the opportunity.
All right, let's go, Akron. Pull it together, baby. We just gotta not over peak and not have me scream at Plexios.
It's a round where Akron really didn't try too hard to apply pressure and just allowed for Cumberland to walk over them going into that execution onto the bomb site.
But it wasn't even that much of a misplay from Kosa. Honestly, that play there to go all the way over towards bar and try to find a freebie onto that garage wall is a great play. Because we saw Tangly standing there trying to put a firebolt in, trying to pressure towards Raptors.
Hey, that's not a bad play at all. It just didn't work. That happens.
And it just so happened that the second that Kosa actually opened up that window was the second that Cumberland 3-2-1'd and walked into garage, finding 2 for the trouble as well. Cumberland, a great round, great timing that they are completely unaware of, but also doing a great job of working with the time that they are aware of. Once again, they slowed down in that late round to do their due diligence, to get the roam and to get the info on the player on site, as well as to have just enough to be able to rotate once Kosa started pressuring from below. Cumberland looking like a completely different team, and now once again, for the first time in the lead, it seems like they want to do a very similar thing that they have been doing. Just a Monty clear from opposite side over.
Yeah,
and
just
another great
crashed.
opening pick for Cumberland coming in the form of a internet disconnect.
I mean, you know, whether or not it was a kill from them, that player is gone, and he's a very influential player, and also that C4 knows
Akron is losing soft account. This map's over. Go to map 3.
on how Akron played, because they can't play aggressive. They can't play in the face this very early round. They can't overstay their positions, even though there isn't as heavy of an extension.
Really need everyone to just not over peak.
Because they don't have that opportunity of an even 5v5 man count. If they
Monty in
lose
kitchen.
a very aggressive early on play, then they go down even
Monty has the hard
further in
breach.
that man deficit. You'd see two players trying their best to potentially bait out a
Wow.
gunfight over by top blue.
That's a huge kill for Akron.
Kosa, that opportunity, taking prone stars off of the board, but the entirety of this attack isn't over by blue. It's by main and kitchen.
Yo, they hitting main, bro.
Is coming in for Akron. Yes, Akron are taking complete control of top floor. That doesn't matter at all if Cumberland
Push a
are just
Lone Star.
bearing down
Yo,
all
they hitting the
sides.
site,
Already
Akron.
active is Norway, 50% on that
Hello,
defense.
Plexios?
Kills, yes, going towards Akron, but case is secure.
No.
Post plant now for the attack, and Rifa just clearing up.
Plexios just whipped the whole round away.
Kill for him and a quad from blue.
We talked about how in the first map, Rifa was the only player having any effect in the kill department.
Wow, Rifa fucking owed you, Michael.
This round in this map, it is no.
Flex this dancer class.
On the attack, buffering the trend of a 2-4 attack.
Plexios 1 and 3, bro. No.
Making this map pick that was a complete question mark to me. Again, taking the words right out of my mouth, something that I asked, I pleaded for them to do. And this is a problem.
That was a huge Plexios disaster class, bro. Wow. I can't lie. Cumberland's actually woken up.
Of them all was their situational.
They're hitting things. They're moving.
Trying to take those very aggressive.
Same blue gap from yesterday. I think you're right. You definitely right, CJ.
Advantage of that problem against Akron. Perfect.
I mean, to be fair, they were missing Jet, who I think plays in like church.
On those first two rounds that they won, it seems like
Low key, doesn't he play blue? I could be wrong. I probably am wrong.
Slowing down the execute, getting to a point where they could.
But like they also had 44, so like that's not even ridiculous. They got like the opening kill.
Just getting info on them so
That is unfortunate, and they also had it in their hands.
You have as much.
Unfortunately, if Plexios would have just hit a couple more shots,
As far as positioning, as far as everything else,
that would have actually saved everything too, because then he would have gone back into dirt, and that guy would not have been able to kill him from blue.
If at first
Or he would have at least been able to react to him coming blue, because he wouldn't have just been out in the open.
doing this, but they throw things out the window.
It's
go
okay,
for
though.
A semi-rush where they clear out enough to just push onto site and avoid the roam that actually worked out well in the early round for Akron. They got opening pick, Akron that is, and then instead of challenging towards that roam, they just booked it down main stairs, got plant down, and won a 2 versus, what was it, 4? It was insane. For Cumberland, they've shown that not only can they just stand up to Akron now after a 0-7, but they can win rounds in so many different ways as well.
And I think one of the biggest.
That's true. That actually was a good gap hit rush.
Completely stumped in why they continue to lose bodies and bleed in this early round is because Cumberland is simply just moving a lot faster. They don't get that opportunity of getting an easy 1v1, getting that kill and running away, even if Akron is able to get the opening kill because Cumberland is moving a lot faster in this early rounds.
Nope, he missed the bandit trick. Oh no, he got it. Nice. Thought it was on the other side as well.
To get that refrag, a perfect.
It's insane.
Is going to waste one of those exo.
I love watching good bandit players, bro. I love playing bandit.
So it won't be a complete do or die situation, especially since the bandit's now gone. They're going to be able to get that wall open, but a majority of this round is going to be whether or not Akron decide how hard they want to try to force the effort.
Don't peek.
The amount of delay out of Akron's defense. But they're staying aggressive off the back of it. It seemed like initially they were going to do the exact same thing of just pressuring out, delaying time, and then dropping back, but Space.
That's a rough timing for Space.
Staying is welcome. I thought that maybe it would work out for Akron, but instead Cumberland just seemed to be on top of it.
Back up, everybody hit the side.
In Space, one of the players for Akron that's been doing quite well is shut down by the much hotter gun of Rifa sitting at 8.
Yeah.
And
So here's Cumberland's win condition is Rifa getting hot, because he can duel with anyone on Akron. You know, not many players can, but Rifa is one of those people. He dropped like 18 on them earlier in the semester.
They're faltering at this pressure. They're not trying to push back. There's nothing.
It's like here's like if Rifa gets hot, Akron is definitely in some hot water.
Cumberland, and they're just hoping that a player overswings that player being Jekon, hoping that he can try to find anything. But the one factor that is in the favor of Akron is Cumberland's overall info game is a little bit spotty right now. You'd be taking that time.
They're actually able to open Logi this time though. That's good.
Try and get a little bit more info on these late round defender positions.
That's a good kill.
Cumberland. Akron are also just kind of all grouped up. Instead of one of them going for a late round flank, knowing that Cumberland will delay out the clock, it seems like they're a lot less confident about that because Cumberland confidently walking into the site and another kill.
Plexus Luke just got in.
Potentially a flawless round ruined by Jekon as he takes Norway down, but and another kill for him.
Dude, like I said, Rifa can win these gunfights. Like they can win rounds against them. I had them going 7-4, 7-4, and what is it now? 2-4? No, 1-4.
To start off their attack, Akron still not able to really have any answer against this aggression. I talked about how they move so fast.
You just gotta get in their head. You gotta play your own game.
If that happened last map, it would have been a situation where because Cumberland moved so slow, he would have had the opportunity to fall back down, take a gunfight, miss a couple of shots, and then say, hey, I've played my time, I've overstayed my due here, and I need to go back down to the bomb site. But because they're moving so fast, he wasn't necessarily in a position expecting Rifas to just run up red, getting that kill. And this change of pace in momentum is completely stumping Akron, as taking away that capability for them to read into how Cumberland is playing on this attack.
Need to read something.
On attack for Cumberland and a last chance to continue this momentum before they have to swap on to defense. I don't expect that they'll have any issues on defense, seeing the dominance that we've seen out of their attack, but still, it's something to keep in mind that if Cumberland have gotten into this flow state of just doing so well on attack, a little bit of a disruption could potentially throw them off. But we still have one more round before that happens.
There's a direct correlation between first seeing a Cumberland drone and then them winning rounds. Dude, facts. They start fucking, like, Rifa's getting hot. They're finally droning people. Norway's not dying for no reason. As Avanti, like, they're actually doing something. They're actually, like, doing stuff now. They're realizing they can't hit the roam, so, like, they're hitting site fast. Like, they're hitting gaps. They're gonna be okay. Check your Twitter. I don't even want to.
Wanting Cumberland player to take a gunfight with him, apply a little bit of pressure if he can get a pick. That's fantastic. But if he needs to just fall back down those stairs to oil, or bottom blue, then he's fine with that. Also getting really aggressive early on. His position here is simply to just shoot drones. This is an overall roam game that isn't meant to apply a lot of pressure. It isn't meant to force Cumberland.
I wonder what was said in this timeout. It really makes you think. A Plexus is horrible. That's actually pretty funny.
That's also the respect out of Akron. Instead of having 3 players on the roam and just kind of running directly into Cumberland's faces, it's one. And also he seems very willing to drop back, although after I say that, he shoots a drone and just walks up on Cumberland instead. Osa is trying to
Oh, if only Rowan knew, bro.
On the first map, just disrespect Cumberland.
No!
Drone after drone, and instead of just feeding the flames, it seems like the info is good. It forces
wow, bro.
a very uncomfortable position where he's then wall banged from. Cumberland doing their due diligence and redrawing.
Wow, see, like 2 down immediately, untraded.
Until it finally gives them a pick, and they double down. Spooman with yet another, and a 2-man advantage, as the Akron players on site are now the last alive in a 3 versus 5.
Still an opportunity, Akron. They need a pick. They need anything to stop this momentum. They cannot allow for Cumberland to go into this execution.
Yobu and Plexios need to step it up.
The good thing for Akron, though, is they've wasted so much of that drone economy that there isn't really any late round info for Cumberland to work off of.
Monty rotating around.
I feel like this is the Plexios round here.
Towards this kitchen drop, but hatch is still closed. For Norway, that's not really
They're not going to be able to get this hatch open, I don't think.
Closed, but it's also kited off
and they don't have any EMPs anymore. Is this still a Haywatch? Not really anymore.
although they did get off.
I'm gonna calm down the hate
things are
watch.
starting to look a little bit dicey. Prone
This is a Plexios masterclass.
from the utility room. From
Oh my
Space
God,
Station, what a
space
trade
masterclass.
for him, snapping back onto Cumberland, and now it's just a 2 versus 2.
Dude, what'd I say? Plexios masterclass.
Doing anything as Plexios finds a kill, and now Norway with the case, the last alive in time. It's 0 for a second
Bro.
round of Akron as they breathe a sigh of
Cumberland,
relief.
if you would just reset, talk to each other, and
Took a lot.
find where to plant.
Rolling around out of a magic hat as if it was a rabbit at a magician show.
2-4.
But Akron, based off of the lack of consistent time management from Cumberland, just kind of dwindling that clock a little bit too much for their own liking. Eventually,
Do I think Akron's gonna 5-0 in attack? It
very
depends.
gunfights. Again, I talked about how good Kosa did at just simply shooting drone after drone that early round, making sure that when it came down to the execution, there were no drone. There was no late round info.
Dude, facts, he did hear me.
Execution, Cumberland completely blind.
All right, Cumberland.
Opportunity for Akron to trip up those players.
They have to be a much more defender-sided team.
100% idea of where they were.
I feel like they have to be.
Akron onto their attack has to do exactly
'Cause they're just so lost on
what Cumberland
attack.
Did, if better, if they want to win in regulation.
Usually, for the attack, you'd say, okay, trading a bunch of roams for an opening pick and then doubling down, having a 2-man advantage with a Monty, and also vertical, and also so many spots to actually enter the site from. That's a great trade, but the thing is for Cumberland and for their attack, once again, they use that late round to drone so incredibly often that taking that tool out of their belt was just so strong. It's something that usually isn't the win condition for a defensive team, but against Cumberland, it seems like Akron read into that very well. Now they are on their attack. The drone economy is going quite well for them, only losing 2 drones thus far, spending a lot of time establishing pressure on different parts of the map as well. It seems like they want to take the entirety of opposite side before transitioning it over, and with a buck to be able to pressure from first floor as well once the site take actually does happen.
You can see just how cautious Akron is moving. Not really a whole lot of presence. Cumberland over on this extension in CCTV. Akron, they have somewhat realized that. No players inside of Cash, just trying to potentially kill a player that isn't on the roam. A little bit of phantom pressure being applied to Akron. I'm not exactly sure why. The pressure from that first half is really being felt, but a horrible run out from Prone Stars will give Jobu that opening pick, and those are easy opportunities that as Cumberland you cannot.
Was that a real run out? I really hope that wasn't
Really
real.
unfortunate start for Cumberland, but a
Oh, please
great
kill space
angle
off
for
this.
Spoonman could potentially be the trade, but just a few shots into the shoulder before Space is very well aware. He respins and gets the kill? What? How do you give that up, Spoonman? Another kill found for Akron. And
What?
from bad to worse, seems like the dominance we saw.
How do you lose that?
Just dominance, but only on attack. Rifa now understanding that his team is in the
Jump out, bro.
firm disadvantage.
All right.
Norway on his gives his life away. Rifa not able to find the pick on.
Jump out, jump out.
Getting a lot of damage, but finally finds it, only for long enough to be traded out by Space. Great opening attack for Akron.
Akron was not even.
For themselves the advantage once
Oh, Spoonman, oh, you challenge, boy.
That's not even a bad chow. He's sitting in a pixel angle on a shield.
That's ridiculous.
That's just insane.
He's just better. He's just better. And that's a round where I talked about in the first half that Akron.
Always the short, fat ones talking.
Holding that flank,
Ooh.
they're kind of, peeking those angles, expecting.
Ooh.
After 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and a minute off the board, they realized that there's nobody on the run. There was nobody flanking us. They're all around the bomb site, and then they just hit the go button with enough on-site info. They were able to challenge those players. I'm not even gonna say ill-advised. That was just, Space absolutely being nasty, being better in that situation. And because of because you give those isolated picks, whether or not they were good gunfights to force, you lost them, allowing for Akron to snowball advantage after advantage, and there was no ever real pushback from Cumberland. And to be honest, I would have loved to fight them, but they simply didn't do it.
Thanks for the hydrate, Robbies.
Cumberland they had the advantage.
Here's your
for a
hydration.
good chunk
I need to
of
get
this
more
map.
water.
After a round like that, it could potentially slip away from them. We saw once again, if you guys weren't here, a
My posture has been
7-0
checked.
last map for Akron. So going into this map, it seemed like the roles had just completely swapped. Aggression
Wow, good play. That's a good run out. Finally a good run out instead of whatever that last fucking round run out was. That was horrid.
Cumberland talked about them maybe needing to fight back before Akron.
No, they definitely do. That's a good play. Like that actually is a good play. Unironically. Some actual gumption, literally. Finally some gumption.
Much utility off the board for Akron. Sure, you still do have those Habanas, but you're not
That's a huge kill too
the board
on Rowan.
safely open up those walls around the bomb site, that being church and or blue wall. So it's gonna make that overall execution.
Oh, this could be a fight right here.
Some sort of an idea that there is a Cumberland defender on the
Oh,
side.
Rifa.
Player, and Rifa has the better info.
Horizontal grip.
To get yet a second one, but now they
What's going
don't
on
know
there?
where he is. Rifa also identifying that they know where he is, hearing the stand.
Yeah, go chase him. Go get him. Go get his ass.
He's simply going to try to rotate back
Oh,
down.
he rests there. He rests there.
He's completely cut off.
Well, they know.
Jetcon looking for the trade on
Jet Li.
Yellow
Yes.
coming through in the fight going towards Jetcon, although it does get a little bit not pretty. Still goes towards Akron.
Still 3-4 here.
Even with that kill, Akron is still sitting at a man disadvantage. Players dropping back down towards first floor as well.
They don't have much to.
Entirety of Cumberland's
Actually,
defense is
they have
down
everyone they
up
still
and
need,
with
low
an
key.
advantage, that's all they really need now. Akron maybe reading into that will start taking mid floor and start.
See what
working
Akron
this
does here.
area, but they only have one more breach charge to do so.
Good thing for Akron is they have the utility and the time to work these hatches.
Definitely open all the hatches and then figure out what your drop is. I think they got a flood moto in main.
Now, working this vert also with the breach charges.
They're gonna try. I think they're gonna go for kitchen though.
They just need to get the info on the site.
Extendo horizontal 1x crazy setup. That kind of is crazy. Works for him though, so can't be too mad. I don't think a hatch drop is gonna work. This is a great. This is great by Spoo Man. This is such a hard fight when you drop. They gotta go main, bro.
No info either. Drone that could have spotted him up on.
They're gonna go
the
dirt.
Shot up by one of his teammates. So info.
Finna go
also
dirt, bro.
Not going towards the benefit of Akron either. We talked about drone economy, and they have
Maybe not.
left one of those. I think.
I don't think I don't think a kitchen drop's gonna work here.
So it's only really 3 active drones for them, potentially even feeding them info at all. But as time ticks down, Plexios is forced to just walk through and tank a ton of damage towards dirt. 15 seconds left.
Oh, that's such a hard fight.
Is trying to be
Mike
used,
died to
but
fucking.
Smoke is actually gonna get the kill on Plexios.
Told you that wasn't gonna work.
An immediate trade out of Spooman. They had absolutely no idea as he rips them apart.
Really, bro.
I talked about how in the first round, Akron did a phenomenal job of
I'll be right back, Shin.
reacting off that info. Second round, though, they had little to no info whatsoever. Yet another aggressive run out from Prone Stars. That time around, instead of losing the opening engagement, he is able to win it on an ace. Get rid of that utility, and then on top of that, no real drone info on Rifa's with the Mozzie playing inside of CCTV. A very well-timed swing is able to get him not only a second kill for the team, but then eventually once he's trade, allowing for Cumberland to go into that execution with a man advantage. And sure, you had the utility, you had the time, but because you shot out so many drones just simply trying to clear that one player out, you weren't able to use that info on the bomb site. And that's eventually where Akron fell short.
One thing that I do find a little bit interesting, I was thinking, Norway, that name is very familiar. I don't know whether you frequent the R6 Pro League subreddit, but Norway is actually a very, very, very active member in that. And I was like, hold on, I recognize that name. He is a #1 FaZe fan. So he was very, very happy after that SI win. He's a fan of the org and the team as well.
All right, what do we got here? 3-5 Cumberland.
To come up not only in Siege, but also as an org as a whole. Cumberland also has been on the come up.
Dude, get these fucking ads out of here, bro.
For Akron, though, is that Cumberland still needs to win 2 rounds. One at least on that master bed site. you don't exactly need to win CCTV if you are eventually allowed to go back down to the basement. Akron's still in a very good position, especially we talked about how aggressive early on these Cumberland defenders have been gone 3 rounds in a row with a run out from a player, and eventually it has resulted in Akron getting that opening pick and taking a zombie off the board in the first 30 seconds. So much utility off of the board, just like Cumberland did to Akron in the round before. And
Is this the same run out, bro?
Also be playing relatively more passive.
That is a very tough pill to swallow for Cumberland. Like you talked
Wow.
about, and it just goes from bad to worse as
I was gonna say what Cumberland needs to do is not die so early. Hey Dawson, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the stream, my man.
Down, and it's not necessarily bad
What'd you do today?
because he's one of the worst guns on defense, but still.
They just can't be giving bodies for free. Yep.
Right now,
Yeah, Plexios is hitting the
just
site.
continues to get kill after kill after kill. He's just walking around stockroom, and Cumberland are swinging him, looking to retake that space.
Slow down.
Still,
Take
Akron
Logitech.
sitting in the driver's
Yep.
seat, especially in this round.
Same. I didn't really do much today.
Tree completely isolated. Looks like they have some kind
Wow.
of idea of his position. Jobu also with the kill. Now it's
I mean, everyone's dead before they're even near the site.
Would it be doable for him? Nope.
Oh, it's Akron flawless round, baby. They're making a comeback.
Akron. And it seems like an attacking-sided clubhouse. A 4-2 half starting off for Cumberland on their attack. Now things are evened up.
Tired as fuck, bro. I want to go to bed after this.
Cumberland had gotten that 5th round, but just 1 round now separates Akron from Cumberland.
And it's also very eerily similar to the first half of Clubhouse that we've been watching right here, right now. Akron having the exact same formula of Cumberland getting really aggressive in these early engagements and then being able, backed off of just a little bit more passive, not running without watching your jump outs and spawn peaks, but also having that info to
Drexel up 3-0 map 1.
on their own attack
What?
against Akron. Now Akron's doing it against them. And the problem is, there's now 3 rounds where we haven't really seen Cumberland change up their playstyle. Something that I talked about on map 1, even before map 1, that Cumberland couldn't do the exact same thing, whether it was an overall playstyle or a defensive setup. If you allow for Akron to play with the exact same blueprint, they're going to be able to predict what you're going to do before.
10 seconds remaining.
Cumberland looking for an answer back. They started off this map very, very, very well, but now Akron looking to potentially even it back up and close it out with a 2-0 victory. Either way, like we've been talking about, this is the upper finals for both of these teams. So in a double
Post-stream Drexel game after?
So yes, it's
Perhaps.
playoffs. Yes, it is a very important game, but it's not a you lose, you're out, all or nothing type situation. For both of these teams, you could potentially see them both back in the grand finals, and especially with the back and forth that we've seen out of this map, that might be a very good matchup.
Nope.
C4 trying to find anything. Norway, he isn't able to find that.
Yo, Duck, tell Norway he's not as slick as fucking Plexios.
You can see necessarily kind of how scared Cumberland is playing on this bomb site. Playing the exact same position inside of CCTV that they just did a couple of rounds ago, and it's a very worrying site. Prone Stars, though, is adding so
Oh, -1 Nitro social credit.
defense so far, getting so much info. Again, it's going to come down to how him and the rest of his team reacts off of this.
Yeah, you're not fucking Plexios, dude.
The complete opposite way, trying to
That's
get
actually
the ball
insane.
that was already being open.
Thank you, Sophia.
Waste one of his impact charges. You got the opening pick. You also have that pulse. If Akron are able to consistently watch that pick, it shouldn't be a problem, though.
No, why are you swinging that?
Space is able to find Rifa only after a trade. Or
Good, it's about time you fucking locked in, CJ.
from a very well-placed C4.
5-1 since that round, good. His team probably fucking curb stomped him.
Of Cumberland, especially after
Like,
Norway.
if that was on LVC, I literally would have curb stomped him to
Yes, he can have
death.
info, yes, he can pressure, yes, he can shoot drones.
That's actually a major lie.
But the kill potential for
Honestly,
those below
realistically, I probably would have did nothing.
Greatly diminished. And once it comes down to a kind of plant denial, it
Joe
is going
Bussy?
to mean a lot. Only if Cumberland don't even it up, even without
Wow.
comes through down onto space.
Why are there not head holes there?
An advantage after things really look like they
My
were
hatred fuels Plexios.
on
Everyone's like, oh, you're hate watching too much. Bro, I'm making him better.
Res out one of these players.
I am making him better.
Still down, but Akron are rotating around looking to get him.
Should be
back
thanking me,
onto
not
his
booing
feet
me.
As they're walking back up main stairs, looking to group up 3-on-1 over towards his con side. But the thing is, with that down, and with them rotating around the entirety of the map,
Is Plexios the greatest R6 collegiate transfer of all time?
the time is just so low for them.
He's definitely up there in the conversation.
Seconds on the clock as Akron are now forced into an
Who are the other transfers? Wow, that is a crazy angle. Planta la bomba. Planta la bomba. Planta la bomba. How did they just win the round?
And even in the scoreline, finally, is Akron 5-5 between these two teams.
After the side switch, this overall Cumberland defense is
I'm pretty sure Wako was a transfer.
really aggressive in the early round. When spawn peaks and running out doesn't work for you, they brought out a pulse. But with that roam, specifically that pulse, just overstaying his way.
Wako's a transfer. What's it? 2 years a transfer.
Of questionable individual decisions.
Puppy was a transfer. I know that.
Three separate 1v1 or isolated players that Akron were trying to play aggressive. They're trying to take those 1v1s in situations where there's 2 downs.
It depends. I mean, no college team has ever made CL, and then they within the first semester they go to CL. So I mean, you could say that's like amazing. I mean, that is amazing. Not you could say that is amazing. Don't take anything away from that. I feel like I don't know. If I had a list in front of me, CJ, I'd be more comfortable saying yes. And I'm pretty comfortable saying yes now, but like I would not be surprised if there's someone I'm missing.
As we started this map, they looked very
I'm pretty sure he went to Ohio State before UMass.
Very good, and now over the past few rounds, Akron has just put more and more on the board and closed this gap up to the point where these teams are sitting at an even round count, and Cumberland one away from that match point, not wanting to let it slip even further. Not a ton of adaptation as far as operators, though. Still the Legion, still Rifa on the Solus, still a Smoke, still prone. Yeah, this looks like the exact same operator lineup, and not all that much has changed, but hopefully can, I don't know, like
hopefully play it different.
pull back the aggression and not swing directly into Akron. I mean, like usually after a timeout and usually after a team has given away so many rounds, what I'd like to see is not only just a change in playstyle, but also a change in operators to, you know, display that change in playstyle, at least visually to us, but also, I don't know, give you more tools to fix the problems that you've had, but no change as far as operators for Cumberland is a bit puzzling.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit of a hater here. I don't like this run with Rifa. It would have gone fantastic a year ago, but with the changes to Rifa, I mean, he has to really expose himself. Not only does he have to take out his scanner or remove his gun, but then he has to scan simply just to find any info. And if there's nothing around, he wastes a scan. And I think it's kind of a thing where, again, I spoke about how it would have worked a year ago, but because of that, especially with the amount of info for Akron having those grim...
We will be having a conversation, and Plexios isn't... No, he's definitely in the conversation. Does Brendo count as a transfer? Where did he transfer from?
Especially also after losing something like Impacts. Although there aren't any Claymores out of the side of Akron.
We'll be seeing an increase in NIL investment for collegiate seeds due to success seen by this Akron. Time with the inclusion of the greatest transfer of all time, Plexios. Okay, number one, that is insane glazing, by the way. Like, that glazing is actually ridiculous. And number two, I don't actually think we're going to see any investment. Esports as a whole, like the online leagues are just not very... What the fuck are you doing?
Until Norway walks that main and gets away? Both of the players survive that engage. That should never happen. Either Norway should find
That don't count, Islanda.
should be able to find the punish. Either way.
Bro, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Sitting there. How can you let that happen? You still have Rifa over by Strip Club trying his best to waste time. Not exactly sure if that drone did see him, but they know he's over here. It doesn't matter. He goes.
Way to sit in Strip Club and do fucking nothing. That's a great play.
Sure, you lose that.
Especially a Solus, bro.
Pronesters, go back back to the bomb
What is
site.
going on in the head of Zosha?
Oh no, space, please, space.
Kill him.
There's a drone and he's dead
Bro,
here.
bro.
I mean,
Cumberland just has no situational awareness.
Should have been. All three of those players should have been down to the bomb site an entire minute and 30 ago, but because they overstayed their welcome, they gave 3 isolated 1vx engagements to Akron.
That's so good, man. All right, what is that? Where, buddy? No one's in the fucking vicinity, bro.
And all of those swings did not work out for Cumberland. A single pick for them, and that really, even
Bro, I can't.
should have happened significantly earlier. This round has been a travesty.
Plexio's dead.
Even still, could find their way back.
Wow.
Finds 2 kills towards blue, evens it back out into a 2 versus 2, is traded by space, and Jobu closes it out. Match point for Akron. Yeah, that was
What are you sitting there hiding for?
Again, I mean, like, having the Solicit strip, like, not only would
That was a terrible play, having the Solicit strip.
It was still just kind of a useless strat because the best chance you have is to get.
Come on, Cumberland, tie it up.
But at the same time, it's kind of like you're just wasting it. You want to have, especially Cumberland, they really.
I can't wait till I become a Ubisoft partner. And then I am able to co-stream Pro League. That's going to be so much fun.
We're able to play very aggressive, and on the other side of things, Cumberland, because they didn't have that man advantage, they were completely isolated. The last 2 players completely alone, forced to play aggressive, forced to put themselves in 1vx after 1vx. And the exact same thing I said on map 1 is we saw Cumberland play better. This site specifically, a couple of rounds ago, it's a round where it was just poor decision after poor decision, and Akron, they took advantage of it.
and that was also just a strangely terrible round for Cumberland. And it's so strange because throughout the entirety of this map, it has actually been so even between these 2 teams. The level of
I went for the most situational unaware player in comp. I wouldn't have done any of those. We'll see, buddy.
Map, it was a very close back and forth.
Probably would have started hitting with a stanky leg, bro, like you did the other day.
Very, very good. And then that last round, Cumberland just looked horrendous.
Bro hit the stanky leg and ranked the other day.
It is really questionable.
Stank for Dosis.
It's kind of the. It's not the momentum. It's not the pressure. They took a timeout. That was a purposeful decision. They just played it. I think it's one of the things where I talked about how.
Vault key wasn't working.
Lower seeded teams' main problems.
There's definitely a flaw in your keybinds if your fault key wasn't working. What was your excuse? It was like,
I think this bag.
I can't even remember your excuse, but it was so stupid I didn't even listen.
Is that after a while they just kind of run out of things to try and bring to surprise Akron. It allows for Akron to play these rounds really.
How the vault key no work, bro?
A lot of good info for Akron as an operator has finally played something that I was talking about since the first round of the first map. Nokabi, an operator that is just blanket strong on pretty much every single site and is finally used, but doesn't really get them a ton of info because for Cumberland, instead of doing the aggression that we saw from last round, they are all just dropped.
Trying to vault on a rappel.
Site for this round.
Had to hold the key instead of just press it. I mean,
Akron, they're doing a lot of good
don't know
work
what you're
to
doing,
start,
pal?
but still, that hatch isn't open. One of those pellets missed, so instead they're forced to put yet another 2. But
Space down.
Cumberland,
Top frag dead.
that means that they can continue the good that we've seen out of them, at least on the first half and one of the rounds on this half, to get to that to get to overtime against Akron and keep themselves alive.
Losing space not only in the kill department, but also all of that intel with the IQ scanner is just going to be so bad. But a huge
Facts. That was a huge kill for Cumberland.
In a late round where Akron, they have drones to use, and it's going to just come down to the flood down hatch.
Drops coming through for Akron, completely uncontested from Cumberland.
These zombies not in the right spot, bro.
Just to go out keeps them in place, but the swing is coming out for Cumberland, and it is allowed to go through. Kosa kind of just standing there. And he was the only player that dropped? Yeah, all the players of Akron are still towards mid-floor, and JetCon still looking for vertical pressure. Cases down on site, Akron. You have a man disadvantage, and the drop coming.
Yeah, what happened here, Squadron?
Unprotected, 25 seconds.
No!
Slow down just a little bit. But
Wow.
Jet's still going out. Jetcon is just in sight now. He's walking in through the mid-floor. Or sorry, through the mid-hallway, but kills are still going Cumberland's way as Jobu, the last alive in a 1 versus 3. Looking for the swing, looking for the feed.
Wow, overtime.
Gets his team.
What'd I tell you? If Cumberland wakes up,
To overtime to keep themselves alive in this
Akron's
matchup.
low-key selling.
A puzzling round going towards Akron, followed by a puzzling round going towards Cumberland.
Akron is not on their A game today. I don't really
No, they're selling right now, but that don't matter. All that matters is winning.
On Clubhouse, I mean, they're just making poor decisions. I mean, you just
I
have
don't know what the
one
team
guy
smoked
drop.
during that timeout. Like what?
I think the biggest problem is if you have that isolated player drop, that's fine. But nobody's in dirt. Nobody's in blue. You just send Hibana into the bomb site to die. Like, you had a drone. You knew that there were at least 2 players over by AKs. You knew that they had a really good line of sight. You knew that they still had the smoke. It's just a situation where it's a round where Akron just was not on the same page. They were not.
Facts, little brosif.
And it was an
Go
absolute
off, King.
cluster.
Still, out of the cluster and out of the chaos, Cumberland come away with a much-needed round. We talked
That's
about
also
this
facts.
map being 7-0. Cumberland coming into this have managed to keep it.
Check out anything on the Twitter
incredibly
sphere.
Close. They have a pretty good chance of winning, even after the catastrophe of a round that we saw second to last. Just a few more rounds, and now they're starting on their defense, which usually I'd say, yeah, that's good for them. Starting on defense in overtime on Clubhouse, that's great. But this has been a 4-2, 4-2 kind of attacking showcase from both of these two teams. So it is leaning a little bit towards Akron's way, not only just in the fact that we saw a 7-0 to start this matchup, but also just based on the sides that we've seen from this map.
You could also see how much that Akron is worrying about this round, specifically the position that Rifa's playing. Similar to the last one, he isn't going to be trying to stay his position. He tried to make his way over to the CC like he did before, and with a Jackal ping 3 players who've already got a couple of shots onto him, this is a situation where he has to go back down to the bomb site. Once that Jackal tracker goes up, though, he could potentially work his way back up. But again, with those feet already in place, it's just another track that they need. And Cumberland going into a bunker style defense, and now it's simply just up to whether or not Cumberland go for a flank, or if there is no flank, it just comes down to Akron having consistent time management and then being able to have enough info on the bomb site and displacement utility to move the defender positions on the bomb site around.
Akron also need to punish these Cumberland members, because if Norway does the exact same thing as that, you know, the last few rounds where he kind of just walks up main stairs and is allowed to do so with complete freedom, I think I will lose my mind.
No, bro.
Is coming through.
Oh my god.
Almost a kill for Kosa. Norway almost walks into it as he's pressuring out. The vertical angle is made by Cumberland. Or sorry, by Akron.
Ooh.
Kosa just waiting for this.
Is this W rage bait?
Regression. And it's always just about a half a foot away from him. 45 seconds. And now finally Norway dropping back to church.
I think he's got it. What?
And that's good for Cumberland because it wastes
I thought he had it, honestly.
to lose any bodies in the
Maybe I'm just a moron.
C4 going out doesn't really find all that much for Cumberland. Still one in the pocket of Rifa. Still a good amount of post-plant util because not only is it just that C4, but it's also 3 smoke canisters in the pocket of Prone Stars. So when Akron finally drop down and start going for that execute, they are potentially looking down the barrel of a mountain of utility for Cumberland. Already
Just jump on it when you drop.
Lots of delays.
It'll break.
I don't know what that Kiva's sitting on.
Yeah, that's a crazy Kiva.
Middle of the hallway and completely horizontal as well. Either way, Akron clear.
Ooh.
30 seconds left and time is
Akron's got to find an execute for this site, bro.
and yet again a pick just slightly too elusive for Akron. Instead, that opening is
no,
very late and trades all going Cumberland's way.
Wow.
But he gets cut off for Cumberland. Sitting at overtime, match point. It almost got away from them, but they could close it out with one more round on their very good attack.
Cumberland trying their best to make the miracle comeback after losing 7-0 in a matchup that they have.
7-6. Is Akron about to lose a map right here? Maprin.
To lose, this is again a fantastic spot. Whether or not, let's be honest here, Cumberland wins here, they win in the next map, they go to the final. They're more than likely going to have to face Akron again. But the fact that they've been able to push back and punish Akron, force Akron to make so much mistakes. I talked about before that a lot of the rounds, especially the CR6 stats, not one player from Akron is in top 5 in plants. Akron is a team that doesn't necessarily plant.
Salute mon cher. What does that mean?
The majority of their attacking rounds
Comment
end in that
Kav.
first half. But if defending teams can force Akron into
Yeah, lol, bro. I only speak American, blood. I only speak American.
exactly what Cumberland has been doing.
You speak American? I only speak American, Kid Shift. American only.
It's the serpent.
Ça va bien, Madame Shift. Oh, ça va bien, Madame Shift.
Reminds me of the thing previously. Hopefully, for Akron, as they're sitting, looking down the barrel of overtime match point, this isn't a Hydra situation. It isn't a situation of knocking someone
Hello,
down
my dear,
so
my
hard
friend,
in the
my
first
good.
7-0, only to have them come back and fight with an absolute vengeance. Although it looks like
Learning Chinese because of the new tariffs.
once again, Cumberland were looking down the barrel of a match point previously at 6-5. but they
Interesting.
had 2 rounds for themselves, and now
Wait,
have
you're Canadian. What does that have to do with
the
anything?
ability to just straight up take this map out of the hands of Akron right here and right now, and they're not letting it get to their heads. They're not letting that overtime at the top of the screen let them just absolutely run around and feed Akron. They're once again doing their due diligence.
What do you mean W
using
rage bait?
drones, But
I actually,
they're able to take space very,
I don't know much about what's currently going on.
Was eventually able to find
Potto
space,
coffee.
but the problem is, that's
Not very comfortable speaking politics.
Yeah, that's all Jetcon in bar.
Whoa.
That's Jetcon that was able
Thought I
to
was
find
perfect-
to get that refrag.
Purposely
Also
dense.
with another one, and it's starting to all fall
I'm not
apart.
comfortable
So
talking
we're not
politics on stream.
aware of all of these players.
You learn Chinese if you want.
No, the drones for the 3rd floor went very well, but once it came down to transitioning towards the mid floor, it all just fell apart. 2 picks for Akron. And it goes from an advantage to Cumberland to an advantage to Akron.
El Terifs,
and like
El
we talked
Terifs
about
de
in the
USA.
entirety of this game, when it comes down to the
Get back
basic
up on
side,
that.
you
Get
can't
back up
just
on that
be
desk,
Akron.
Bubba.
That's exactly what Akron are doing. Plexios looking to sit at the exact same spot that Spoo Man was, trying to sit up on top of that shelf with a keyboard.
Yeah, that's called in-game learning. What y'all know about that?
A headshot.
Shift, you can educate me in DMs if you want.
I'm delaying out just a little bit as Cumberland, even with a
IDG.
advantage,
We
don't
playing
find
ranked after this series?
themselves
Hell no.
at all. They're slowing down. They have 7 drones, now only 6. I took a very long time to do very simple addition, but they're putting those drones towards site, getting info out of these hard-holding members of Akron on site. But still, time is just ticking down and down and down. 45 seconds left. Prone
I'll go
walking down the
swatty.
main stairs, looking for an absolute freebie, but Akron
Such a
really
goated gun
are
skin.
not giving it to him at all. Lexios could potentially walk into it, but it doesn't seem like anything is going to happen. 30 seconds left. Vertical still held by Cumberland. They rotated one towards bottom main stairs.
CJ, I need a reaction picture for this
Very well aware
map.
of it. Plexios sitting at just
Wow.
But it isn't going to matter as a headshot comes out of Tangly Tree. Swing comes out of dummies. The kills are going towards Akron.
And Jet just came out of nowhere. Like, what?
Overtime match point 7-7 for
Wow,
both of these teams.
Akron
That's
pulls it out.
exactly what ends up happening as Kosa cuts down the drop.
Full
and
overtime.
doubles off of it as well.
Think Akron's gonna take it?
The last round, Irish, we have a little bit of a problem. Both teams only getting 2 rounds on the defense.
Facts. They can't go downstairs.
You know what is different?
I think Akron takes the cash room defense.
Basement. The only 2 rounds that Cumberland won was on basement. The only round 1 they have so far in overtime is basement. But because they won it on the very first overtime,
I just wanted to see you type, CJ. I just missed your handsome typing.
No, I'm not. I'm stupid.
Need a reaction image for
only play one bomb site if you've won it once. Now forcing Cumberland to not only
reaction
go to a
image
bomb
for
site that they
how
have
bad
rejected,
Plexios is.
but then they go to choose the bomb
SEAL
site
Team
that is
Akron U,
statistically
yeah.
worse for the defense. That being
Unfortunately.
CC and Cash over Master and Jim.
could potentially be the Mira ban, because Mira is something that makes that gym just that much stronger. But either way, like you talked about, gym is statistically on paper, but also even just, you know, in the ranked meta, it's the much favored site because teams have figured out how to play it much better. And alternatively, attacking teams have figured out how to attack CCTV so well that either way, yeah, even without the Mira, it's kind of a puzzle.
Unironically writing a paper right now about the King Dynasty economics. Dude, lock in on that.
Potentially be the last round that they play.
You gotta lock in on that.
Site being a little bit of a risk, and it's a risk on what could be the last round in this matchup. Akron at one map to the good, and also an overtime match point. All that they need to do is win on a site where really you should be winning, you know, at least 8 times out of 10.
You can see how a lot of
Your wonderful angelic voice is keeping me calm and collected. I try my best, you know. I try my best. I'm just a beautiful and amazing. Yo, drone out there, bro.
Aggressive spawn peaks or runouts, they want to just try and play the default game. Shoot a couple of these drones as they try to drone out these close sight positions. You have one player inside of garage. You have another, that being Rifa on the Maluzi, being paired with.
I kind of want this to go to 3 maps as well.
Another pixeling. Ooh. To understand that he needs a little bit more info.
Wow.
Not only opens the position, but it kills prone stars with it.
Thermite killing the bandit. That's a huge kill too.
Misplay from Cumberland's defense. What looked like a very good over/under. Instead, these prone stars
fell out. I think he was trying to bandit trick something, but why are you bandit tricking something when you know there's a guy master that's just gonna swing your condor?
Into the lower bracket, and they're making mistakes like that on a
that did happen our freshman year, bro. Bro thought he was Psy.
Norway getting hit down to so low.
Thank you, Norway. Like, what are you doing?
As he triples down.
You haven't even opened the wall, bro.
Just on a thermite charge, but also able to land some fantastic shots. And it's a 2 versus 5 for Cumberland.
What happened? Akron has low-key been throwing for a while.
1 minute on the clock for Akron.
Facts. We take it 7-7 to have a disaster class of a defense on 7-7. They haven't even opened the main wall, and they've 3 people dead. Norway, I don't understand why he peeked at all. That was the worst play ever.
Traps. Hold on. Finds one under Plexios. It's a good shot, but
yo, they're planting the fucking bomb, guys.
But either way, it doesn't matter.
No, like he's Echo, and he just is walking at the door for no reason. Wow. And then he gets Rifa killed because of that. He's the king, bro. This game over.
Was able to find was just making Akron bleed. That's all they were able to get. Just a couple of droplets of blood. They weren't able to even get a map. Having a 4.
Oh yeah, we'll stay for the interview this time. I low-key squandered that the other day. I mean, Tangly Tree and Norway were 10 for 22.
And you know, a lot closer than both of us not only thought, but said over and over and over again. Cumberland, they did make me eat our words, but at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough to at least get 1 map.
And a truly unfortunate loss for Cumberland. Again, like we talked about, this at a certain point was actually really winnable for them. They got themselves match point. They had a lot of opportunities as well, especially after getting a 4-2 half on your attacking side of Clubhouse. But Akron, the stronger team, eventually prevailed against Cumberland. Now, again, it's double elimination, so we'll see Akron in the grand finals. We could very well potentially see the other. We could see both of these teams back in the grand finals once again, because it is a double elim bracket, and both of these teams looked really strong on the day. Cumberland.
Yeah, it is Cumberland. Oh, the good thing though.
That's all for us right now. We have Rocket League on 7 p.m. this Thursday Eastern time.
Wait, no winners interview?
Eastern time as well on Friday. And also, the lower finals.
No winners interview?
For C-Lol and C-Val.
Yeah. Also,
Au revoir, mon cher. Les roues de length m'appellent.
Wednesday. Not only the grand finals for us, we will see us 2 weeks.
Au revoir,
Also, right
friends.
PM Eastern for our grand finals.
Late.
Akron, whichever against whether it be
Goodbye, my dear. The Rink Street is calling me.
bracket. We have also CS2 starting at 7 p.m.
All right,
on
shift.
the A stream right before we do. But you know what time it is? You know what time it is, Irish? Time for us to wrap
Sleep
it up.
time?
Yeah, it is sleep time. It's sleep time, eat time. You can't stay here. You gotta go somewhere else. But we will see you along with CS on the A stream next week, Wednesday at 7 and 8. But aside from that, hope you all have a great rest of your night.
Lord, help me get over this loss. I can't breathe.
I can't breathe.
All right, I'm out of this shit, bro. All right, let's find someone to raid. I'm definitely going to bed. I'm so tired. We're just gonna raid Abby, Loki. She's still on. She's on. I think it might no raid for shift. I think it might be get fucked up Wednesday. Okay. Chat, who wants to raid Shift A and who wants to raid Abby? How about this? If Abby wins this round, we'll raid her. If she loses it, then we'll raid Shift.
I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go up.
I'll go below them.
No, you're actually right, because if I raid Shift, you don't have to ask me how I am and stuff. I low-key don't want to talk in chat.
I did hear someone moving around somewhere.
Alright, watch this.
Bye.
Womanizer.
Getting off my multi-twitch.
Okay, bye, man.
How did
Do you like
I
how
become a
said it, Chef
womanizer?
I didn't see.
Follower only chat? Really?
How did I become a womanizer? He says. He knows.
Alright, bye everyone. See you guys tomorrow, 6:30. Peace out. Love y'all.
Bro.